Hello, everybody. We are live. My voice is whacked out. Um, I hope that you can all hear me. Definitely give me a thumbs up or something in the comments as long as you can hear my voice. Oh, you can see what's left of my dinner. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We have got some really, really cool stuff coming up, and I need to make sure that I have a box. Hold on one second. Where is my newest thing to share? All right. Where is my newest thing to share? Well, I'm going to have Dave have the kids come here because guess what? It is, yeah. And welcome, Becky. Becky P. This is so awesome. You are here on the Space Coast. Oh my goodness. So we are going to get back to court. And we talked about this to our members only thing. So let me show you today. And I'm trying a new software. I think I already said that. So please be, kind if things don't work. Let's try to see what our plan is today. How exciting. Boom. All right. We've got a plan. We have got a plan, and this is so cool. All right. So you cannot hear me very well. Okay. That's good to know. All right. Can you hear me better now? Hopefully. We've had a little bit of issues with some things here. And yeah. So hopefully that works. Thumbs up if it's better. Thumbs down if it's not better. Anyway, okay, I need Dave, my producer and loving husband, to send me a child, awesome, to help me find a box because I've got something to unpack and show you guys. So we are going to do some great court things. But first, let's talk about Judge Fleischer in a good way, not in a gossipy way. Oh my gosh, I interviewed him today for the second time. Let me tell you what, Judge Boyd's interview has like 140,000 views on it because people love Judge Boyd. I think that she's the queen of court. That's my personal thing. I love all of our judges. There's not anybody I don't love, but I think she's the queen. And I have to say, I think that Fleischer's been elevated to the king. What do you guys think? Do you think so? There is a box from Amazon, not one of these, around here somewhere about this big, and I need it. So can you look around here and around there? All right, I've got kids looking for things. Anyway, yes, I'm live. Judge Fleischer, I believe, is the king. Tell me what you think. I don't know. I also love Judge Stevens. He's been here live with us and he's amazing. But Judge Fleischer came back today. And I have to say, I asked him some different questions. So you're going to like this interview because, if you love Judge Fleischer or you love the judges at all and you like court, it's good. In fact, I stumped him 3 times. He had to sit there for a minute and really think about the answer because they're questions that people haven't asked. And that's what I was going for. Because why are you going to watch another thing where you can see the same thing over and over and over? That's boring. Nobody wants it. And he's pretty exciting. Oh, nope. Anyway, so I cannot wait. And okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm really bad at editing. I am bad at editing. I'm a podcaster. No, it's not one of these. Who is now on YouTube and look at the foot of my bed. And so I've been working on doing these things. Oh, I'm so glad you love Fleischer and Boyd. I do too. They're so awesome. And so, no, the other bed. I don't know. There's a box somewhere. Somebody's got to find it. Anyway, it's like Christmas and it's yeah. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I got distracted because he came in. Found the wrong box. Yeah, so many boxes. It's a sealed box from Amazon. It got here 2 days ago. And it's something that we're going to do because we're gamifying our lives now. We're going to have so much more fun in life. I know I got distracted and I'm talking about something else. We'll get back to Fleischer in just a minute. Anyway, I was watching a YouTuber give a speech and he was talking about really fun things. He does really fun things with his audience. And I thought, you guys haven't gotten that from me. You need to get that from me. We need to play some games. So we're going to play some games. And I bought something today. I'm going to build it live with you and then we're going to play games with it. And we're going to use it. Are you ready for this? In order to raise money to make a trip to go to Texas. Why Texas? Well, we've got Judge Boyd and Judge Rosie. They're together in San Antonio. So if I go there, I get 2 birds with 1 stone. But if I go to Harris County, Judge Fleischer's there. And he and I talked about it today. And I will be doing things like going to court, having him give me a tour of court, and I will film that. Um, I wanted to take his family out to dinner, which I will not film, but we will have all kinds of things to talk to you about his family. I have a box. Um, and so I think it would be so much fun because it'll give you a behind the scenes, right? An absolute behind the scenes with these judges. And so we are going to do some fundraising, both here with some super chats and things and with sponsors, because we're going to just, try to knock it out. Now, Texas is the size of Europe. And I do realize that just because I say I'm going to Texas does not easily mean that I can just bebop over from one judge to the next in a couple of hours. This is going to entail like flights and all this kind of thing. But how worth it would it be to get behind the scenes and in their courtrooms and in their offices, though, behind the courtrooms, right? Oh my gosh. So I know that Linus went recently and a few other people have gone, and there cannot be too many people touring these things. Also, where else would you like people to go, or would you like me to go? I'm all about it. I am all about it. And I live here in Florida. And I'll tell you what I am going to do. We have 2 sheriffs that you guys are going to absolutely love. There is his name Grady? Is that what it is? He is near Tampa. I am trying to get to Tampa in a couple of weeks, and it all depends on how Dave feels. Dave is my husband and producer, and he and I are invited to a YouTube party. Well, it's the 10th anniversary of the YouTube Gamer Awards, and they're having a watch party in Tampa, and we're invited. So if his knee is good enough, we're going to go. And if we go, it does sound crazy and it sounds like a lot of fun, right? But we're going to go, and this sheriff he's always on YouTube and talking about all kinds of things, and he is a beast. And I think it would be so much fun to go and interview him. And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to film myself in jail. Yes, Pasco County, something like that. I'm going to sit in a jail cell for a little bit. We're going to film there. Any sheriff that I go to, this is the plan. I'll tell you what. Have I been there? I have. I'll tell you why I've been there. I did go to jail one time. Oh my gosh, I'm admitting this on YouTube. But it's not for what you think. No, no, no. I was 18 and very stupid and did not follow through. Kind of yeah. Anyway, I tinted my windows. I over tinted my windows. They were like dark. I got a ticket for that. It's a fix-it ticket. It was Los Angeles. You fix it. They sign off on it. Guess what? I did not fix it. And it went to warrant. Who got pulled over for speeding? Because I did do that. And then it was a whole thing when I was 18. And terrifying because in LA, there are earthquakes. And it is like 5 floors underground is where you go. And I'm thinking, if we have an earthquake, I'm the last person they're going to get out. Let me tell you what, never let anything go to warrant. And also, don't do that. It's dumb. Yeah, very dumb. Anyway, but I think it would be fun to go get put in jail for a minute and then have them let me out. But we can film it and do all kinds of fun things. So there you go. If you get any ideas about that, let me know. Dave can drop the Discord link. You guys can join Discord, message me. Let's open the present. Or let's finish talking about Fleischer. Okay, Judge Fleischer's interview went great. It was so great. I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and my part was horrible. So there have been a few shorts lately that do not link to a longer interview. Those are the shorts from the bad interview. He was great, but mine was bad. And here's what happened. For some reason, the software that I use, which is software that I don't like, why did I use it? It was dumb. So instead of filming him and I, like a normal thing would do, or both of us separately, which is what I asked them to do, it only showed the picture of who was talking. Well, y'all don't want to watch me when a Fleischer interview. You want to watch Judge Fleischer. So he very graciously came back today and did a phenomenal interview. And I had talked to him about coming live with me and doing some trivia, and he told me today he is all in. In fact, he would be up for doing a game show. Now, I don't know if any of you saw the first game show I did. It is no longer on my channel because it was so heinously bad. We all make mistakes, but I'm considering doing it again. We'll see who we can get. Anyway, I know that I'm not great at editing. That's what I was saying. I'm not. So I've got a girl that's going to edit this interview and make it pretty for you so that you not only get Judge Fleischer, but you get to watch something nice. Because as much as everyone loves that Judge Boyd interview that I did that's at the top of my channel, I think it's one of the ugliest videos I've ever seen, and I have no idea why anyone likes to look at it, except that it's not about the video, it's about Judge Boyd. But what if we had something pretty and a nice judge in it? Okay, so I met this girl. It was really interesting when we were in Wisconsin for my son's wedding, and Dave and I talked to everybody because, oh my gosh, he can make friends at the DMV. Let me tell you what. And I'm learning to be like that. And so we went to this ice cream place, and there was a sign on the door, and it said, "Dance for half off your ice cream." So we did, of course, and they filmed it, and it was part of a social media plan. And the girl that made that social media plan was in there. And I was like, hey, this is clever. I would like you to work with me. And I talked to her today, and she is. So anyway, and so that's coming. She's in school full time, so it'll be about a week, and then you'll get it, and it'll be beautiful. So cannot wait. And if she doesn't get it done in a week, you'll just get it the way I do it, and it'll be here either way because you're gonna want to see it. It's so good, all the way to the end, all the way to the end. It just keeps going with goodness, and it would have been hours long, but he had to go pick up his daughter. So also, how cool is he? He just loves his family, and I love that about him. Let's open this. All right, and we're going to use it to do some games. This is going to be loud. I don't know why we have to have a box and paper, but we do. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I tried to find one of these that was working. I think it's the right thing. Yes, okay. I tried to find one that was working. There are not many that are working. They just sell fake things, and I don't understand why. This may be a pile of garbage, but we're going to unbox it together, and we're going to figure out if it's worth it or if it's not. But we'll see. And then we'll play some games. What kind of games? I don't know. You guys have to help me. We got to get creative because we just need to have a lot more fun together. Really, isn't that what makes YouTube fun? Like the whole interactive fun thing? I mean, yeah, there's funny cat and dog videos. I mean, those you just want to watch, right? And then sometimes you're learning things, and that's good. But a live stream, this should be you and I together. So we got to do more together. Now, we got Kahoot, which is like this virtual game thing. We tried it during our members only live, and it did not work. So we got to still work on it. And Dave can't help me yet because his leg. Okay. This is the first part. You can't tell what it is from the box. Can you guys guess what it is so far? Any ideas? Oh, EC, hello. It's great to see you. Oh, Simpson. Can I tell you what? I have tried to get Judge Simpson. I have tried. Dave has tried. Oh my gosh. Now, yeah, I do not know how, but I'm going to still reach out. And I have talked to Judge Alex. Judge Alex has said that she will come on the show. Pre-trial, that Alex. And she's just been really busy. So, yes, Becky, you are right. It is the scales of justice. I was so excited because I don't know why people make them as like a decoration, but they don't make them that actually weigh things. So this YouTuber that does really cool stuff with his audience, he does games and he stacks mints. That's what he was talking about. He stacks mints and sees, I don't know if he can get the highest thing. Okay, so this is the top. Now let me tell you what, they did not have a really cool top like with the lady or whatever that worked. Okay, that was under $100 because let's face it, I'm budgeting because I want to take this trip to Texas. And if I spend all my money on things like scales of justice, I don't get to go to Texas. So this is what I've done. Now, all right, we have a base. Now that's kind of pretty. That's kind of cool. I'm excited about that. All right, so I'm going to set this here so that you all can see it as we build. Okay, now, let's see, we are still trying to get to, I tell you what, this is Simpson. Grady Judd, yes, Grady Judd. That's the one. I want to go, when I go to Tampa, I want to go see him. I want to interview him. And he works with Chris Hansen. Very cool. I want him to put me in jail. Not really put me in jail, but just like, I want to film that. I think it would be cool if he's willing. I don't know. It depends on how many people are in jail that day. All right, so we're going to put this thing together while we sit here live, talking about what we're going to do. So what I'm thinking is, We use a scale of justice to have a contest, and it's an ongoing contest. I go live every Monday and Thursday. So then every Monday and every Thursday, we do some kind of a thing. Is it boys against girls? I don't know. That's kind of hard because you guys have these names that, well, we don't know, and we don't have to know. That's fine. But what other two groups could we have? I don't know. All right, look at this. Oh, it's coming together. I am so excited about this. Can I tell you? I am so excited. It's actually going to work. Yeah, Grady. That's what I'm saying. Grady. We're going to go see Grady. And then here, oh my gosh, what is the name of our sheriff? He is wild, y'all. Our sheriff, Wayne Ivy. If you have not seen him, I highly suggest looking him up. So they do things like they play games and like they spin the spinner, and whoever it lands on, they talk about that person like that's wanted or whatever. And he is a zero. Rita, hey, how's it going? It's good to see you. Um, yeah, yeah. Sheriff Ivy is just a hoot. Guys, look at this. We are building our own scales of justice here, and we are going to play a game. But what two groups could we have? Like we could, I don't know, girls versus boys. I don't know. I know what we could do. We could have like Team Boyd and Team Fleischer, or like two different judges, like two, you know what I mean? Um, they are, aren't they? Boyd, Fleischer, and Simpson. I tell you what, we need to reach out to Simpson again. We really do. Um, and I may have to just ask Colin and say, Colin, because Colin's been there a couple times and Colin knows him, and just ask him if he would just put in a good word for me and let him know that I'm not some psychopath that just whatever, you know what I mean? Because if I was a judge, I would be a little leery, you know what I mean? Yeah, we are doing great. Okay, check. It's not the fanciest, okay? It's definitely not the cheapest. Let me tell you what. They charge money for these things. It's crazy. Okay, but it works. It works. Okay. Okay. EAC. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, we met at one of the probably Podfest. If you have been on a live, you've heard me say the word Podfest. I say Podfest all the time. It is our thing. It's what we do. We do a lot of Podfest. Yeah, it's a lot. Okay, hold on one second. Let me grab one more thing. All right, what do we got over here? No, maybe not. All right. Well, now I've leaned over and I don't. Okay, I can't figure out this here with the mirror situation. Anyway, EAC. I can't see your logo, but it's going to drive me crazy. Yeah, if you guys are into podcasting or YouTube video, any of that kind of stuff, Podfest is happening in January. I still have to put a commercial out for it, Dave. I can't help it. I don't have any money in the game. Believe me, I don't have any money in the game. But I just love it. It's like family. It really is. I will be speaking on YouTube. Go figure. Oh my gosh. Okay. Are you ready? I wrote a book. I wrote a book last weekend. Not this past weekend, the weekend before. In 3 days, I wrote a book on YouTube. It's coming out on Black Friday. So I'll have all the details and the links on Thursday because it's going to be like 99 cents for the ebook or whatever. So if you're interested on videoing or any of that kind of stuff, then you're going to want to get that thing because it's like super cheap and it's super helpful, I think. And also, I got a dozen other YouTubers and media company owners to put little blurbs in there so that they have like all the different fun things. It's going to be incredible. Okay, got it. And anyway, so that was a thing that I did. We live in St. John's. There you go. Yep. Yep. He always hosts podcasts in Orlando because Orlando in January. Everybody wants to go to that place. Well, I mean, aside from the people who already live in Florida like us, who don't really want to go to that place. But if you're anywhere else in the world, yeah, we'll see you in a few months. Anybody who wants to come, we'll see you in a few months. What else have we got going? We've got some events coming up, y'all. We're putting on um we're putting on a thank you for my hair comment. Okay, we're putting on a cruise. So, if you are a grandparent or you're a parent and your children have grandparents, we're putting on a Building Connections cruise because Dave and the kids are gamers and I love board games. And we play board games like every single night. And we've noticed we don't have grandchildren, but a lot of our friends have grandchildren. and they're really having a hard time connecting with their grandkids because of tech, right? A lot of grandparents, 60s and over, they fight tech. They don't understand tech. They certainly don't know who, Alex is and who Steve is and what Minecraft is and all that kind of thing. And then their younger grandkids are talking about that all the time. So we're going to have this cruise where we teach grandparents how to play Minecraft and we teach their grandchildren how to play board games. So we're on a cruise, they get to go to islands, they get to go to do all these things. And in the meantime, they're really building connections. Not only that, but since Dave is a computer whiz, he is going to build a Minecraft server that just belongs to us so that when everyone gets back from the cruise, they can stay connected in their own Minecraft server. So it's just a gift that keeps on giving. Anyway, so if you know anybody, Dave's going to put the Discord link in the chat. And yeah, you can message us and find out about it. It's actually happening in June. It's going out of Cape Canaveral. I think Cape Canaveral. Pretty sure. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I was going to be doing a cruise with my absolute idol that I have respected and loved forever in a year. And now we're not doing it. So that was kind of sad because I just love her so much. But she's got a lot going on. Can't always get what you want. So there you go. Putting on something else instead. Yeah, but that cruise, I would love to have everybody that can come. Parents, though, can't come. Only grandparents and grandchildren. Because as a parent, I can tell you, parents get in the way. We do. We want to talk. We want to explain things. We want to, whatever, referee the conversation. And we're not going to have that. So that's what we're doing. Anyway, all right. So back to this. We've got the scales of justice that I need to put together a little better. But there we go. So this is going to be how we are going to build our way to the judge tour. So I think 2025 is going to be the tour of judges. And how many judges are we going to see? I don't know. Maybe 10 altogether. That is my goal. I just made it right now, but wouldn't it be fun? We'll do judges, we'll do sheriffs. Maybe since it's Voices of Justice and we talk about the justice system, maybe we could make it to what is it? Tallahassee. Tallahassee is the capital of Florida. I know, how I know the capitals of the states? Actually from the, what are those? The Animaniacs song, Tallahassee, Florida. So yeah, anyway, it's a whole thing. So that's how I remember. But I could go there. We could try to get some people there. There are some people that are somewhat controversial down there. And you know what? We could still talk to them because personally, I love the idea of talking to people that have a wide variety of thoughts and ideas and viewpoints and just present them to you. And then you can make your decision whether you like them or not. But sometimes it's nice to see behind the scenes because you might think, oh, I hate that person and I hate the way that they look at the world and I hate their politics. But if you get to know them as a human being, sometimes you end up thinking, well, I don't like their politics, but I like them as a person. So that's kind of cool. And I don't know if you know this because we don't talk about, Democrat and Republican here, but I've had some staunch Democrats that I've interviewed and some staunch Republicans that I've interviewed. And by and large, we don't talk about it, except Judge Stevens talks about things any way he wants because that's Judge Stevens and there's no getting around that. And that's perfectly fine because I love him up. Also, he should come back. Do you guys want to see him come back? He is great live. Maybe we'll bring him live. I think we should do that. I think so. Let me know in the comments what you think because he's a beast. He really is. He's just a cool guy. When I first watched him in court, I didn't think he was a very nice guy. I thought he was kind of, I don't know, strict and kind of uptight like a grumpy dad. No, he actually may seem like that on the outside, but he loves the people. He really, really wants to make them get better. In fact, he's got an 80 something percent rate of what is the word? Like turning people around. I can't think of what that word is. Anyway, it's pretty incredible. So Judge Stevens is awesome. And yeah, but Fleischer's interview, let's see, what's today? Monday. It will be out by next Monday at the very, very latest. Now, I have done a lot of interviews here lately. because I really enjoy talking to a variety of people with a variety of different viewpoints. And the feedback that I've gotten from a lot of viewers is, no, you don't want people with a variety of different viewpoints. Wow. I do. That's so weird. Okay. Hopefully that's better. I'll try to do that. You know what it is? I know what it is. I am moving in my chair and going away from the mic, and I need to not do that. And I have another mic that probably would work better if I'm going to be moving. So I will try sitting still, which probably looks better anyway, unless I'm out and about. And I have new mics coming so that I can take my camera and get out of the studio and go out because I think that would be fun. I really want to go to my local courthouse and start talking to people at the local courthouse, do kind of a man on the street, woman on the street, whatever, with some people that are coming and going. I don't know how the court would feel about that, so I'm going to have to make a phone call. We also met some really cool police officers that are local to us, and so we're going to talk to those people. So we finally have got it together. So when this channel first started, it was Fabulous Over 50 because that's my podcast. That's what it was about. But then when I interviewed Judge Boyd, a lot of court people came over here and they were like, we want court. And so I kind of did that. And then I kind of got away, and I apologize for getting away from it, kind of figuring this out because really this is all new and exciting. And I was just so excited about it all that I was just like, I got to do all the things, but I don't have to do all the things. Got to stick with the thing that works. And shower thoughts, they're not going away. The prizes, what all the prizes? Yeah. All right. There's been some prizes. Anyway, you just totally made me just space then. Anyway, so I'm thinking maybe we have two teams that are judges. We have judge teams. People can say, like, this is for team whatever, and this is for team whatever. And I'm going to go with Boyd and Fleischer because you know why? On my channel, those two interviews are the biggest ones. And I don't have Simpson yet, and I really would like to. So if you can get a message through to Judge Simpson, say, hey, Jen Hardy's trying to interview you. You should say yes. Go for that. That would be helpful. I would like that a lot. And maybe he would say yes. And I'll ask Colin, put in a good word, because Colin's awesome and he travels to go see people. But I want to do a heck of a lot of filming when I do it and really get you guys behind the scenes. I think that would be a lot of fun. My goal is to do fun things and classic kind of journalism things where, back in the, well, maybe you don't know because you're probably younger than me, but back in the day, we had people pretended like we were given fair and balanced journalism. Like one company didn't own most of the newspapers and most of everything. And so they were all independent and the journalists were independent and they prided themselves on not skewing the interviews and stuff. And today I feel like we've kind of lost that. And so I try to do that. So I would like to go and just give you guys just boom, back winner. And not just the judge though. Because I was thinking like Judge Washington, we all love Judge Washington, but we also love McDuffie. And so, getting like the bailiffs and all the people that I can and just letting you see everybody. Because why not? It sounds like fun. And yeah. Anyway, okay. So what else have we got going on? What would you guys like to see? We're in this transition. We're changing. So it's going to be all court. That's not shower thoughts. And I'm going to do another thing called Tea and Justice. I have gotten a lot of people that have recommended that I do some kind of reaction. Okay, so I was going to do one thing and then it was stupid and it had nothing to do with this channel. So why? No, I'm going to do court, but I'm going to do it differently. So if you watched any of the trial of Judge Boyd, it made me so sad that she was on trial, y'all. I could only watch part of it. And the part of it that I watched, there was a few things that they were really attacking her about. One was her mom. Really? It was a whole thing. Oh, well, you're just having this on YouTube so your mom can watch you at work. Well, I feel like she could have set that up without having a whole YouTube channel, but whatever. And then the other thing was the defendants. And so I really paid attention to that. And this is what I think. If we are allowed into courtrooms, right? Anybody's allowed into court. That's how it should be, right? Because this is the United States of America. We're supposed to have freedom to go to court. So, but there's a certain decorum that people follow when they go to court. You dress a certain way, you file in, you're quiet. When the judge comes in, you stand up. It's very old fashioned, um, polite etiquette kind of a thing. That's how court has always been. But when court is streamed, then people can do anything they want with it and they can say anything they want, and they're not sitting politely with their hands folded. They're saying all kinds of things because we're people. It's what we do. And so the lawyers are having a hard time with people saying things about the defendants. And to be quite honest, I think people should have the freedom of speech to do whatever they want. There we go. But if I was a defendant, I'd be pretty ticked off and embarrassed. I'd already be embarrassed. The fact that I had done something stupid, then the fact that it's on YouTube, and then people are like calling me names and stuff, and I wouldn't, that wouldn't be my favorite. So don't do stupid things and end up in court. That's the lesson. But because that's an issue and I don't want to have a problem and have somebody suing me about it, um, I'm going to nip that in the bud. And what I'm going to do is react only to the judge and what the judge says, because some of these judges say some wild things. They say some profound things. They say some really cool things. And so, what I'm going to do is have you all, if you're interested and you've got time, send a clip, and you'll send a clip to the Discord, and then Dave's going to take the judge's part out of it and he's going to send it to me. So I'm actually reacting and not curating it myself and then pretending to react, because that sounds like it wouldn't be fun at all. And I don't want to have to do that. So that's my plan. And he's got a couple of things that he's going to send me. We're going to start this week as soon as he feels better, because as I said, he had that knee replacement. Oh man, you guys, it's very painful to watch. So, knee replacement in general is kind of rough, but he had a partial knee replacement 5 years ago. And when you take that out and then do it, apparently it's rougher. And it's been sad. And lots of ice. There has been more ice going through this house than we've ever had in a lifetime, but it helps. So there you go. Anyway, so we're running a little bit slow with the tea and justice, but it's going to be fun. I've got a song, I've got all the things, whatever. Oh, I forgot that we were doing the thing. Okay, see, I put this whole pretty thing together and then I forgot. Well, that's okay. I'm going to play it now. Are you ready? Let's see if it works, because this is fun. We skipped the headlines. That's fine. We're going to have these things with music on Thursday. I have the music, but I put them all together in the 30 minutes before the surgery. Actually, Becky, it was done locally, but guess what? The surgeon that we found was really, really good. And okay, I'm going to tell you, the hospital we went to, everyone thinks is horrible, and it was the best. I'm not a fan of homes. I don't like homes. Squish, hey, good to see you. This is awesome. We are talking, well, right now we're talking about my husband's knee replacement, but we're going to be talking about court in a minute and the Scales of Justice game that we're going to be playing. Anyway, long story short, it used to be Melbourne Regional Hospital. Now Orlando Health has taken over it, and it's awesome. And Dr. Sands is awesome. And if you need orthopedics and you're on the Space Coast, go there. Anyway, that's enough of that. So we are, Squish, going to be playing. We're going to be playing a game starting Thursday, trying to figure out exactly what the game is. We got the Scale of Justice. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have two teams. We're going to have Team Boyd. And I think I'm going to make, I got a cricket. I'm going to make a little sticker. We're going to have a Team Boyd and a Team Fleischer. And we're going to use super chats and comments and a whole bunch of things. And we're going to raise funds to do a Texas tour. Now, I realize Texas is huge, but we're going to go there and do a couple. I'm going to go to a couple courthouses, and we're going to go to a couple jails and go to jail and film from there and film the judges from their chambers and get like the real backstory for some people. I think it's going to be awesome. I wish I could go to Judge Simpson, but I don't know that he's up in Detroit, and I may make it up there at the end of next year. Not in winter, the end of next year, but like the fall. We'll have to see. I'm doing a lot of trips. So we've got Podfest, and then, yeah, I'm doing another trip, Dave, in Vegas. A doctor. Oh, really? Well, it's already done, but that would be good for information for if we need another surgery. So thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and let us know in the Discord. That would be really good. It's good to know doctors, you guys. Can I tell you something? Okay, hold on. Let's put a pin in the scales of justice. Florida. Okay, I got to go back to my mic. Florida. Okay. The county that I'm in, 50% of the people are over 50, and a third of them are over 65. People come here when they're older to retire. You would think there would be really good health care here, but it's not. It's where good doctors come to stop caring, apparently. It is very sad, and I don't understand it. And also, we live in the Space Coast where there's a bunch of engineers and a bunch of people with autism because let's face it, a lot of engineers are autistic or have Asperger's. And this is not a slam. We are a neurospicy family, all hands down. So not judging. And this is why I bring it up because I have a couple kids that are neurospicy and have autism and we need help for them. And is there help? No. Why not? I don't know, but there should be. And okay, that's my soapbox. I do not get it. But anyway, so if you're a good doctor, you should come to Florida and put a sign up that says, I actually care. And you'll get a lot of people that come to you. And we had a really good doctor. She was so good and she was just starting out and she was wonderful. And then she bought somebody else's practice and doubled in whatever patients and then got rude. And she didn't get so rude, but her staff got rude. And, it's really hard to go to a doctor when, you know, okay, so when you have a family with health issues and you actually like have to know your doctor and not go once a year. Bleh. Anyway, it's enough talk about doctors. That's boring. Okay, so we're going to have Judge Simpson. No, Judge Simpson. Judge Fleischer, Judge Boyd. And what are we going to play? What are we going to compete with? This is what I need your input on because I think it will be a lot of fun. I really do. We are going to, as of Thursday, have at least one game. You can't find home health nurses either. Oh my gosh, no. Although, okay, home health nurses, no. But if you need home health care, like in like light housekeeping, you have got an older person that needs or somebody who's not well who needs like I don't know, somebody to come visit or maybe make them a meal or do light things. We know the owner of what is the name of his company? Synergy Home Care in Palm Bay. And his name is Carlos, and he's amazing. And he answers the phone 24 hours a day himself. And he's bilingual, which is amazing. And he didn't put that on anything. I'm helping him do his stuff because he is an incredible guy. So if you're in the Space Coast and you are in need of that sort of thing, Synergy Home Care in Palm Bay. It is amazing. But he covers the whole Space Coast. So yeah, there's that. So anyway, all right. So what else have we got going on? Y'all, it has been, my brain is wiped right now. It is completely wiped between Dave's surgery and why did I think that I should write a book and try to publish it within 1 week? First of all, that was one thing. And second of all, it was the week he had surgery. And third, then I promised everybody that I would also do the ebook and audiobook. So this is a lot. But if you write a book, I found the secret to editing. Editing is my downfall with video and with book writing. I'm great at the writing, I'm great at the creating. That's so cool, Squish. I love that. We have the Space Coast podcasters. So if you are all interested, we meet at spacecoastpodcasters.com. You can find out all about it and you can join us. So that would be really awesome. Yeah, I would like that a whole lot. And oh my gosh, I was just saying something else. I'm so sorry. Oh, the book. Yeah. So editing. If you do the audiobook, you find your mistakes in the big book, in the paperback. So that's what I'm doing right now. I had edited the paperback, but honestly, editing in 3 days doesn't really catch it all, especially when you've written it yourself. You tend to see what you want to see and not the thing. But when you read it out loud, you realize the 10,000 mistakes that are in that thing. So, and I got a bunch of other YouTubers, and one of my friends owns a media company. Oh, Merritt Island, that's so cool. You're so close. Um, we weren't saying where we lived, and then I was on the cover of a magazine, and it's for my town, and it's up there. So now people know. And so if people are going to get crazy, they're going to get crazy. I don't know what to tell you. Because really, in this digital age, can anybody? Oh, Becky. Oh my gosh, we have friends right there. Is that the Melbourne Village, oh my gosh, you don't have to say that out loud on the internet. Don't tell me exactly where you live, but Melbourne Village is very cool. We like it. We don't live there, but it's a really pretty thing, and I like it. Also, our mall is so sad. It is so sad. I was trying to explain to my kids what a mall used to be and how there was, like, people there. But at least it's open, right? Except don't go into the pennies. Don't do it. Don't do it. Somebody did something in a dressing room and then trailed it through the store, and it was nasty, and nobody cleared it because it wasn't their job to clean it up. Here's the thing. And it's a mess. It is a mess. Like, there's not even clothes on racks. They're like on the floor. I don't even know. I mean, some of them are on, it's a thing. What else? One of my lights is out. Well, that is very sad. It is, isn't it? There was some documentary that someone did about a mall, like it was a real mall that was like dying, and the people that worked there and people that went there, and the whole thing was like, you know. Although I can say that when I was a teenager, I did not get up to any good at the mall, really. You know, I mean, we were kind of sassy when we got up to the mall because it was the one place we could go, right? Parent free before you could drive, walk around with your friends and see what kind of trouble you could get into. But I mean, it was still safer than the things that go on today, probably. So there's that. Oh my gosh. All right. So what have we covered today? Hold on. Are we going to move? Or are we going? Oh, we are. Are you ready? We're going to move on to this coming up. That is what we're talking about now. All right. We're going to work on going on this tour. So what I'd like is once he put the Discord in, he's going to put it again in a little bit. If you guys go in there and let me know, what judges would you want me to go to see? What would you want to see if I was there? What would you want me to film and get the backstory on? I love getting the backstory on stuff. I love asking people questions. It's a lot of fun. So, anything is I would say nothing's off limits, but I mean, because what kind of things that would be all, but as long as it's like, rated PG, let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Let's go meet the people. And what else? Okay. Around here, since there's a bunch of people in the chat that are from my area, who is local that I'm not thinking of that I could go interview? Wayne Ivy? Absolutely. I am trying to get Sheriff Ivy. I have not gotten through on the phone, so I'm going to go over to there and I'm going to knock on the door and I'm going to ask to see him and speak to him and talk to the publicist guy in person because I feel like that would be better. So there's Wayne Ivy, there's Sheriff Grady, and then because he's not that far away. And who else? Who else is there? I don't know. So, and here's the other thing. We're only covering courts. This is true. This is what we've talked about. We're getting back to court because that's what people want. I have one thing that I could do, and I don't know if you'd care. So you got to tell me because if you don't care, there's no point in doing it. But I do get invited to these YouTube events, and we get kind of like it's behind the scenes stuff with YouTube stuff. If you all are interested, let me know. Some of it I can't film and talk about. Some of it I can though, and I don't know. It's it's not a thing that everybody gets to do. So is that something you're interested in? If it is, I can share that. And I won't release it to all my subscribers. I'll just like release it. And if you're interested, it'll be in a playlist. And if you're not interested, then I'll just keep it for myself. So, because I do not want to put things out that you guys don't care about. There's no reason. There are plenty of things going on in the world and so many videos you could watch. I mean, as you know, what is it? 500 hours? No, 5,000 hours a minute, 500 hours, something a minute uploaded to YouTube. Like, there is no catching up. Even if you did it on 10 times speed, you are never going to watch everything. So, what I want to do is what you want to see instead of wasting your time. Because, anyway. All right. So, we got this. I don't know if you have seen. Oh, no, where'd it go? Oh, all right. To go along with the games that we're going to be playing, I got this. Now, this sounds horrible up here, but if you put it down on the counter, I don't know if you can hear it. My microphone likes to, hide sounds. Oh my gosh, my alarm went off on my phone during my interview with Judge Fleischer today. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And when I went back to listen to it, you couldn't hear it at all because this mic cuts out everything, which is why when I move a little bit, you can't hear me, which is kind of a bummer because I'm a mover. And so maybe another mic would be a better idea. Anyway, this would be fun. I thought this would be fun. Another thing is, I've got people that want to come on my show that don't have anything to do with court, and I've had to tell them no. Just no. There are a lot of people that do have things to do with court. So we're going to have them on, and the other people can be on my podcast because Fabulous Over 50 is all about all the interesting people. I've got like 8 interviews backed up that are all going to need to go out there. So if you want to listen to different kinds of people talking about different kinds of things, not necessarily just about being over 50, but all kinds of stuff. I interviewed this great lady today about sleep and different ways that you can go to sleep without drugs. She is wait a minute, a holistic sleep coach. Did you even know there was such a thing? I didn't. I'm not into interviewing coaches. I feel like there are way too many people that hang up a shingle that says coach on it. No. And so I told her, no, I'm not going to interview you because you say you're a coach. But then she's like, no, 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 but I've got good information. I was like, yeah, that's what they all say. But guess what? She really did. And if you're a coach, this is not a slam against you because you're probably a fantastic coach. It's the other 90% of coaches that pretend they're a coach when they're not that drive me crazy. Do you know what else drives me crazy? People that say that they're going to 10x your business. I do not want to hear about 10x one more time or 6 figures. Stop saying 6 figures. I don't know. Not in general, but just like, I don't know. When you're in the entrepreneurial space, these are words that are like, I don't know if you have words like that just drive you crazy. What is a phrase that drives you crazy? Something like out of the box. It's a turnkey operation. Things like that. I am just really, I don't know. We need new words, peoples, right? That's what I think. Okay. Speaking of new words, new games. We got to figure this out. So somehow I think we'll do Team Fleischer, we'll do Team Boyd, and we're going to what? I don't know. I have a book. Oh my gosh, I have a book and it has games. It's like this thick. And it is from like the 60s for, when people were like playing games outside and doing things. And I think I'm going to get that out when we're done here. And I'm going to find us some games, like old classic games. And we're going to play them online and we're going to have a blast because life is serious. And in the last couple of years, teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, yes, that's a phrase that could be done now. But yeah, oh my gosh, I know the book is called The Omnibus of Fun. It's a thing. I kind of want to get it right now, except then you're just going to see my back while I dig around in the bookshelf, and you don't need to do that. It does. Teamwork. Yeah. He's saying that as a phrase that drives him crazy because it's a phrase that he heard all the time. I'll tell you what else I don't like after being a military family. Resilient. Oh my gosh, you're so resilient. No, we don't have a choice. We have to cope. So we're not resilient. We just don't. Yeah. What are we going to do? Not get deployed? I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, not that these words are innately bad. And if you like them, you like them. That's fine. I'm just sharing what my things are. So you can all go into Discord and tell me how resiliently we're going to make 10 figures together. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. So this really is a chat. This court chat is more of a, what do you want to hear about court? What do you think we should do about court? And what kind of games are we going to do about court? Because starting Thursday, we need to have more fun. I need to not have my butt in this chair. We are survivors. And, technically we're resilient. I just hate the word. I'm sick of the word. And we're absolutely survivors. Yes. Junk and Smurf. Welcome. This is so cool. I'm guessing that you're a military family or tied into one somehow. So we're definitely survivors. I mean, our soldiers, sailors, whatever, they're definitely survivors, whatever. And I feel like, the families, I don't care for it when people say that we serve too, because I didn't serve. I didn't have, I wasn't in Iraq at a forward operating base in literally a wooden box, but we still went through a whole lot of crap here. I just got to say, Navy vet. Well, thank you very much for your service. I appreciate it. Also, we live by the Space Force base, guys. Do you know what they're okay? People in the Army are soldiers. People in the Navy are sailors. People in the Marines are Marines. What are people in the Space Force called? Do you know? Because you're going to laugh. Not only do they have the Star Trek emblem, they're the Guardians. Like in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm not making that crap up. That's what they decided to call them. And my niece is married to a Guardian, and they're going to come here next month, and that's going to be fun because there's only a certain amount of Space Force bases, and they're going to be um, here at some point, which would be really fun because I love her. I love all my nieces and nephews, so I don't have favorites. I just love them all. They're amazing. Um, this is really cool. We've got a bunch of like local people and military people, and I love all of you, and I'm so glad you're here. The chair force. That's yeah. So we tried to get our daughter to go into the chair force because we were like, this would be the easiest for you. And she's like, no, I'm not going to go where you say. All right. So she went to the Navy because she thought that would be easier than the Air Force. Well, and there may be times when it would have been, except that it was at a time when we were having a little fisticuffs with Iraq. And she had to go over there. And the first time the carrier went over there, they didn't know because they didn't hear any news. So they didn't realize things were pretty rough and that they didn't want them there, but they were being threatened. And then they came back. But then, since they were the only carrier ready, they turned around and went right back over there, knowing that they weren't supposed to be there. And then that was bad. So that was a time when the Navy wasn't the greatest. Whew, whole thing. Anyway, I miss you, Joe. Just going to say. Um, yeah, whole thing. Oh, wait, I've got messages. Iran. Sorry, I said Iraq. It was Iran. I apologize. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Dave, for keeping me whatever. See, I wanted to say, yeah. Anyway, there's words I'm afraid to say here because I don't know. You never, there's a whole list of words we're not supposed to say. And I kind of want to do the thing. Who was the comedian? Okay, he has passed. And it was the 7 words that you're not allowed to say. They were all swear words, but I want to say like the new 7 words we're not allowed to say. Most of them have to do with 2020. And some people say that they're fine to say, but I also know a lot of people that have gotten, well, missing from their whole channel from saying these words. So I think it'd be really funny to make a thing because people come on my show and they're like, this thing. And I'm like, you don't say this thing on my channel. I don't know. I know other people say it, but please don't say it. It's a whole thing. I don't know. Also, we finally are in a place where we literally could communicate with people. George Carlin, yes, thank you. We can communicate with people all over the world. We've got these open platforms where we could talk to people all over the world, but we can't say everything we want. It's the whole thing. Anyway, George Carlin. I got to say, I'm not a big fan of a whole lot of swearing, and he did a whole lot of swearing. But I also think that a well placed swear word where it needs to be sometimes has to happen. And he did have a way of doing that. And he had this spunk to him, George Carlin. I really loved him. I think he'd be mortified today. I think a lot of people that lived a long time ago, well, I mean, not even a long time ago, like my dad who passed in the 90s would be mortified today to see what's going on out there. It's a crazy world. And there's a lot of things that are so much better and a lot of things that are just confusing. And um, yeah, it's a wild time. It's a wild time to be alive. And I'm glad I am. I'll tell you what. And I'm glad you all are here with me too, because, we can just enjoy this ride together. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I just did, but I made a second picture of myself that I don't need to see. All right. So aside from the sound, when I move being funky, right, he was. Aside from that, is everything else okay? This is a new software. I'm very excited. I went out on a limb and tried it. It's actually supposed to be the best one. If you've got Apple stuff, it's called eCam. It gives me all kinds of cool things I can do for you, which I like, instead of me just sitting here, which I am today, but I got my little slide things. And then Thursday, I'll know more. He was a philosopher. Like, he did a lot of thinking. One of my favorite things that George Carlin did was he was talking about your stuff. And, you have your house full of stuff, and then you go on vacation, so you pack up your stuff. But then you're going to go on a smaller trip on the vacation, and you got another little thing of stuff. And I can't say it at all like he did, but he was amazing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, that's awesome, Drunken Smurf. Thank you for the feedback. I really do appreciate it because, yeah, You didn't know any differences between then and now? Okay, that's fine. That's good, right? My camera was being weird. I looked like I was underwater yesterday for some reason. It's great. Thank you. I appreciate that I look and sound great. Visuals are great. Okay, Becky, you're just having a problem with my sound because I need to be still. And also, wiggling around looks bad, and I do have to stop. I need to put like a little little lines of nails or something on the outside. So, Diane, you're here. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here with us. This is so cool. So, we talked about, for those of you who have just joined, I interviewed Judge Fleischer for the second time today. And well, actually, it was the third time. The second one, it was bad on my end. He looked great. And I've sent it off to a professional editor to edit for me. And so instead of seeing this boring talking head thing like you normally see on my channel, where the interview is good, but it could look a little better, hopefully it'll look a little better. We'll see. I've got two different people that are going to edit now. I've got a young girl and I've got a gentleman with a lot of experience whose name is Eric, and he's local and he's phenomenal. And he helps run the Melbourne Independent Film Festival, and he's offered to edit. So you guys are going to get some quality stuff because it's time to level up. All right. So, what do you want to see? Dave is going to put the Discord thing in there one more time so that you can go in Discord. You can message me or you can put it just in the chat. What would you like to see? Because we are at a turning point here. We're coming back to court. We're focusing on Voices of Justice. Judge F is celebrating his 50th in December. I did not know that, but I do appreciate you telling me that. All right. I'm going to have to get on that bandwagon, but I don't know how, so I'll figure it out. I was talking about going there. I'm going to go there. I talked to him about that today. I'm going to go on some sort of Texas tour. You all are going to pick the people in my audience, people in the chat, not just today, but in general over the next couple of months, exactly where I go in Texas. We're going to do a fundraising thing. We'll see exactly where we get and how many judges I can see based on that. I'm working on getting some sponsorships. So if you know of any attorneys that would be maybe open to that, let me know, because that's where we're going for sponsors. And we're going to have some fun. And then I would say 1 to 2 years from now, we are going to purchase an RV and turn the bedroom area into a sound studio. And then we're going to take that sucker on the road. Not live in it. No, no, no. I like space, but I'm going to take tours and we're going to go and see people. Like, then I could drive. Oh, you're in Texas. That's so cool, Diane. That is so cool. Yeah, I am very excited about coming down there. But see, if I had the RV, then I could just go. Then we could do all of Texas. Like we do this whole thing. Manning. So, Manning, I have got on LinkedIn. I've talked to her. She has agreed to do an interview. I don't know about in person. Judge it is a baby. What do you mean is a baby? In a baby in a that he's young way, or in a baby as in you don't really care for him? I don't know. Yeah, I love Judge Manning. Pretrial. Like anytime hear someone say pretrial, I picture it in her voice. I love her so much. But see, if we have this RV thing, then I could go and do a tour, of the southern states. We could do all these things. It's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, I can bring my family along. They can do their thing. Or they not, or they stay here. I don't know. It depends on, where we're going, but it's going to be a lot of fun. What else is coming up? Oh, I'm going to go to London to the podcast show in May. So that will be fun. So if you're in Europe, then I will be there and that will be cool. If there is something that you would like to see in London or in Germany, I will be near Kaiserslautern or K-Town for short. Yeah, right? So if I can see, and if I can get to Boyd, I can get to Rosie. So I could do Fleischer, Boyd, and Spiedling Gonzalez, all three, which would be really nice. But I have a personal connection to Dr. Stevens. Where did that come from? Judge Stevens, because he's been with me so much. So I want to see him too. So we'll see. But if we can't make that happen, I really think, what do you think, Drunken Smurf? I see, I can't say words. I'm sorry. I think that Boyd is the queen, Fleischer's the king, and then we've got, everyone, I don't know. So it depends on the day, maybe, I guess. I don't know. On my channel, that's how it is. Just because of popularity. The popularity on my channel is kind of by views, right? And their views are like so far, like literally 1,000 times what everyone else's views are. So I don't know. People really like them. The Ulm Cathedral. Ooh, okay. I'll look that up. That sounds interesting. That would be really cool. Yeah, because I mean, if I'm going to be there, right, and I'm going to have my camera, I got this really cool camera. I don't have it with me, but it's got a gimbal on it, and so what it does is it follows me. I call it my R2CU. So as I'm holding it, and then I got the super tall selfie stick, so, like, it looks like a drone following me when I walk around places, so we can get really good views and interview people and stuff. It's gonna be fun. And it gets people's attention, and then they're willing to talk to me, which is really cool. And it's 10 already. I don't know how that happened. So jump in the Discord, tell me who you'd like me to interview and see. And if you've got a connection to any of these people, let me know. I have tried to get Simpson. I've tried to get Washington. I've tried to get a few people. Yeah, the views, yep, they will come. They will come on everything else. Like, it's wild, you guys. This is wild. It's a wild ride. It's been a lot of fun, and it's going to get way more fun. And you're going to have more fun. Starting Thursday, games, gamification. Yeah, because life is too boring. We need to make it more fun. So we're starting here. I love you all. Mwah. I am going to wrap it up, and I'll see you on Thursday for our first game with this thing.